These leaders are very sick.
Good evening, everyone. I'm This tragedy strikes the LAPD. The coronavirus has taken the life of an officer. He had been fighting for his life since May. He was live outside St. John's Hospital having symptomatic where the officer lost his life.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be America first. America first. And only America first. And I say, really, you know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist.
Wouldn't be an episode of Outside the Overton if we weren't late and Zeb wasn't here at all. What's up, everybody? Me, Joshua Vandernoord. Happy to be back with you guys once again. Everything looks different in here. I know it's been a minute since I was, that feels good. Ever since I was around. You know, we kind of do these shows now when we can. As you all know, starting up a business, that's going very well. Hopefully soon it'll be kind of self-sustaining enough to where I can focus on this a little more. Sure, you know, I leave Nav temporarily, and what's everyone else doing? Okay, Atlas is doing pretty good. Atlas is doing good, but all of the other streams, you know, the circuit, like where'd that go? Groiper Report is going strong. You know, we can't help it. We can't do a Groiper Report if Nick Fuentes is in Rome with his boyfriend and his girlfriend. That's for you guys. But today, it was Zeb's idea. Okay, Zeb came up with the stream, so I'm not sure exactly what we're talking about today. A little blue pill, red pill, or something like that.
That's it. Josh got
That's
it.
much better.
He nailed it. Josh nailed it. Blue pill, red pill. That's basically the
what
question.
What are we doing? Huh?
Where's our screen at? All right, I'm back.
All of the technical stuff is different.
Well, I moved it around. Now we're on vertical.
Yeah, so I kind of had
to the retards.
I had to wing it. Let me
make me smaller. Where's our chat at? That's a question. Josh,
I don't know. I just work here.
I don't know. I just work here. But yeah, we're gonna dive in today. We're gonna be talking about basically the question that is breaking the internet right now. What is that question? That question is, do you push the blue button or the red button? We're going to tell you what that is in half a second once I get it pulled up. Did I send it to you? I sent it to you. All right, let's do this. We are huge. Let's make us smaller.
I know. I feel kind of naked without the chat.
Well, there
it's
you go.
kind of weird them not being there.
Super chat.
Josh, blink if Zeb is holding you hostage. I'm holding Zeb hostage. Just not to
Joshua Kushner is operating the Kushner things over here.
I'm cushioning.
Blue is my favorite color. There you go. Push the blue. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Smelly balls. We love you, smelly balls.
That was a simple one. Always red. Press the red button. We're gonna be. I have so many takes on this. I literally turned my my Twitter was private, just to engage with this stupid dilemma. I unprivated just to bash these retards.
So what is this? What's the blue button? What's the red button?
All right. Josh doesn't know what the fuck's going on right now. Typical. So here's what we're gonna do. We're
I'm
gonna
too
take
busy controlling the world, Zeb. I don't affiliate with the Goy Slob.
too busy building golden casinos in Gaza.
That's right.
So here's the question. It's been pushed by Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast got it from a guy named King Umar or something like that. King Umar pushed the poll. His got something similar to what Mr. Beast got with like right under 100,000. I would be willing to put a lot of money that Atlas is going to do a video on this. If he doesn't, wrong. Second of all, we're going to read this real quick. And Josh, I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to answer after the fact. After you read it. You read it out.
After I read it.
You read it out. Don't be retarded.
Okay. Everyone on Earth takes a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of people press the blue button, only the people who press the red button survive. Which button would you press? Be honest. You want me to answer? Like, just go ahead and answer?
Yeah.
Blue.
You press the blue button? I'm going to let you read it one more time. Don't be retarded, Josh.
Is it like a puzzle?
No, it's not a puzzle. This is
not a puzzle?
This is simple.
Yeah, I get it. It's retarded. Like if...
You can see what I pressed.
Yeah, you pressed blue.
No, I pressed red with the check mark.
Oh, okay.
Blue won.
Okay, it's blue because it won. I got you. Yeah, so if you vote for red or you vote for blue, and if the people that voted for blue, if it doesn't go over 50%, then they all die. And you picked red.
If you pick red, you don't die.
If you pick red, you will survive no matter what.
Yes.
I get it. But the point is you either survive because blue won out, or you survive with all the selfish people. I mean, see, I'm thinking, what are the type of people that are voting red?
So you would rather die with the retards than survive? I'm glad we actually disagree on this, because we're going to dive into... I want to take a look at both sides of this dilemma, because I think it's very telling, and Josh is going to change his mind by the end of this. I think it's extremely telling on where we stand as a society. It's not so much an IQ question, which it kind of is. I mean, it's a logical question. And the logical answer is red, but
I mean, I agree. Like I know that red is the you don't die no matter what answer. But to me, it's like, I guess it goes a little deeper than that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
so you're trying to create a collective to vote for blue to save everyone. Why would you not take that same effort to create that same collective to vote red to save everyone?
I get what you're saying. But I mean,
that's the most generous position I can give blue.
I would assume like, let's just say it were real, you would not, like you can see here what won or is winning.
Yes.
I would imagine you would not be able to do that if this were like that short story, The Button. To me, it's one of those things where I get why you vote red, but I just think it's probably the right thing to do to vote blue.
Okay.
So you're pushing. Hold on, let me get this straight.
You're pushing. I have so many examples of this, like different takes all the way down.
What would I do if I could? Like if I were the president and I were telling people what they need to vote for, what should I do? You say, well, if you vote red, then you know they survive. But if you vote blue, like I get that there's really no downside to voting red. But to me, it's almost like
that is the truest statement you've made on this stream so far.
Yeah, there's no downside, but
all the blue people die.
All the blue people
That's
die.
not the downside.
But think of the blue people.
No.
The blue people are the one that have hope for humanity.
The blue people are the one that are willing to suicide themselves for some virtue signal points.
Well, it's not signaling if it's anonymous.
it is signaling to themselves and their own perception.
Yeah, but some people do things out of the goodness of their own heart.
Not suicide.
I mean, warriors in battle, you know, that type of thing.
Largely
flying
the
airplanes.
blue voters, and we'll come across this, largely the blue voters are Darwinist that want to believe in some type of survival of the fittest and then want to suicide themselves. It's the trolley problem, but there's no one on the railroad tracks except for the people that vote to put themselves on the railroad tracks.
No, see, this is like
I'm so glad we disagree on this, dude.
See, here's your problem.
I thought we were going to agree on
you're going at this with like pure cold logic. And like we were talking before the show about how like how blackpilling everything is, just everything. Like I was telling Zeb, and I think I told Atlas this too. I went to a church in Charlotte, and literally it was like a church for young people. It was one of these like oh mama like sing-songy churches.
Do that again.
It was all no.
Do that
that's
again
it.
For me,
You
One
have
more
to
time,
rewind
real
it.
quick.
You'll have to rewind it. It
Clip
was
it.
it was so it was one of these like pop churches, you know, it's like a music festival and everyone looks like they're at a music festival. It's all hip young people. There wasn't one same race couple to go around. It was all black guys, white girls, white dudes, Indians, and it was, and it was so bad, dude. I like everything is just terrible. Atlas, you are not in my corner, but essentially, you know, like it's like God's got it. Don't even worry about it.
That's a banger, dude. Double it and give it to the next person. That's a banger.
I've seen that a couple times in chat.
Juicy. All right, let's.
You get like it's just like, you know what? It may be like the optimistic call, but whatever, dude. If I die, I die. You know. And if you survive with all the people that voted red, you're kind of like then you're just in India.
Yeah, but that's the entire premise of the question.
All the people that died will be white, so you'll be left over. The premise of
the question is the entire world, everyone, all billion some odd people in India pick red. You're screwed regardless.
Yeah. So like,
red.
No, you're screwed. No, if red survives because blue,
like the stream,
if red survives because blue won, nothing changes. If red survives and blue people died, then you're an accelerationist, and you're just worse off than you were before because it's just you. It's ZebBoykin, Atlas Thug.
At least we understand each other now. At least we all understand each other and where we stand
on equal footing.
Yes.
Well, right, I guess if you're the only two white people left, and you and Atlas can, you know, you'll be like the new Adam and Eve, and you can kill all the Browns.
One more take before we dive into some of the memes coming out. Dude, this question, not only is it like producing golden memes, but it's just like defining society right now for us. And I think it's doing some extremely heavy lifting. You know, the question on his face, or the dilemma on his face is like, okay, red button, blue button, whatever. But there's been a lot of breakdowns in the last day or so on the like the psychology behind this. Really, I want to state, and this is kind of my final position on a lot of this, is that the red button is more akin to war games question of, do you want to play a game? And the only winning move is to not play. I think the red button in its essence is to say that I refuse to play the game. And that is the only winning move. And so I think the inevitability or the logical conclusion to all of this ends up there. And so as we go through some of that, you know, I want Josh to kind of keep this in the back of my mind. The entire purpose of this show today, I didn't know Josh was going to disagree with me and be a blue pill voter over here. I didn't know he was going to vote Democrat on me. I didn't know we were going full Nick Fuentes. Maybe he'll backtrack tomorrow. Who knows? But that was shots. Some of you might not have gotten it. But
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Is shot at Nick?
Yeah.
Because he's voting Democrat?
No, he's not voting Democrat. He said, I want a Republican to win in 2028, just not Vance or Rubio. But it's like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
what he
then vote
said.
Democrat or don't vote
He
Democrat.
said vote
Like,
Democrat in the, he said like he wants the
he
House.
said, dude, he was saying vote Amy Acton too. That's delusional. Amy's not
I
gonna,
agree with
Amy
that.
is not going to win. I'm not going to beat Vivek.
I agree with your take on that. I think he's wrong. But we can get,
anyway,
we can get into
anybody
that.
in Ohio, vote for Casey next week.
Yes.
Beyond that, vote Mark Lynch.
If you're in South Carolina, vote for Lindsey Graham.
No.
Lindsey Grahamnesty. Ladybug Graham.
All
Lindsey
right.
Ladybug Graham.
Team Red. I need to go put a red shirt on, and Josh can have his little blue shirt with his blue yarmulke and his blue nose and his curly hair. Okay?
My blue nose. I don't get that. Josh and I are right,
Your
and you're all
nose,
gay
dude.
and spiritual jeets. Absolutely, Lord of the Ree. You hate Indians so much that you have become the Indian, Zeb.
Y'all are the one that are voting to save the Indians. You want to save
Yes.
all of humanity, all of them.
I don't want to kill people, Zeb. It's
I'm
not
killing
Christ-like.
them. They're killing themselves. It's a suicide option. Live or don't live.
Well, A, it's not guaranteed suicide, so
It's
I don't know if I'm
guaranteed
going to
suicide,
hell.
dude.
Well, the
50%
blue won.
What are the odds of 50% of the world's population choosing blue?
Probably
Who's
0.
egg?
That's
Zero. Suicide. All right. Just opt
You're
out
probably
of
right.
playing the game. The system cannot be beaten within the system. You have to opt out and beat it from the outside. That is always the answer. War Games, what's that? 1983? War Games taught us that a long, long time ago. Catch up. Catch up, boys. This is 50 years old by now.
All right, I've got a question though.
I got
was
answers.
thinking about this the other night.
Just like I did on the button question.
You have a gene bomb, and what
Okay.
it does
Yep.
is there's no explosion. I can't say bomb, but you press a button and it just
Like a
release.
fog.
Yeah, releases a fog. And
Mutant
it
fog.
and then like you're kind of like patient zero and you spread it to everybody.
Mhm.
Now, the catch is this gene bomb has no effect on white people.
Mhm.
They're just asymptomatic carriers.
Mhm.
What it does is it rewrites genes. So you could have Zimbabwe John and Jungle Bunny Jane, two dark as night people, have a baby, and it'll come out kind of mixed race. And then a generation from that, and a generation from that. And eventually, in like 200 years,
So you're arguing for
everyone's white.
artificially
Everyone's
altering
white.
towards European DNA at 50% over generations.
Yes. And so in
I think the
300
answer would be
years,
yes.
yeah, in
the
300
odds
years,
are
there will be
pretty good.
no non-white people. Now, there will be different variations. You know, I would say
less than that.
it's kind of like how there's a difference between Greeks and Italians and Nordics, and there will be like the African variant, but it'll still be obviously a white person.
Mhm.
So it'll be like a new race of white person we haven't seen before, but it will be white people. They will be essentially European. Do
Yeah, I
you
don't
press
see-
the button?
Yeah, I don't see the issue.
All right. My drawback would be, it's kind of like God did make the
Smash the
races,
button with the
you know? So would it be a sin to kind of erase them?
I mean,
In the
that is
same
that
way,
is
it's like-
that is the core question. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think the answer would be largely no.
Because it's like there's certain predators that their existence is unnecessary. But if you could get rid of all Bengal tigers, you know what I mean? Like, would you? I get that tigers are probably necessary for their ecosystems, but let's just say they
I mean, I
weren't.
feel like there's a
would you
deeper-
get rid of them because there's
Well, it's
just
not
like
that we're
no
getting
need?
rid of Bengal tigers. We're just changing the dynamic of Bengal tigers. They're just going to be a different tiger in the same
Right,
Same.
but you
I don't even
like
know if that's
you
possible.
turn a Bengal tiger into a house cat.
I don't even think that would be possible. They would all have to migrate.
Bengal tigers, or are you talking about the
Both.
just gene bomb in general? I mean, obviously,
Both.
yeah, it's fictional. Let's say you have a magic stone and it just does away with it. Just like,
Were they just going to stop building mud huts?
well, I mean, that depends. How much nature versus nurture are we talking here?
80%.
And wouldn't they be open to the more
You would think so.
advanced white man
You would think
intervention?
so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive into some of these questions here, or
right.
some of the responses from this. That is the question. Blew one out, obviously. Retarded, a bunch of retards over here. A bunch of suicidal retards, Josh.
Yes, sir.
Josh, over there on the other side of the screen. The world is broken. You can fix it, Josh. You can fix the world by yourself with your one democratic vote. You can fix all of humanity.
I like
Dr. Ted says, smash the button with the rock.
I quickly caught the bell curve meme. That one was funny.
Yeah, dude. There's some bangers. We're going to get to some bangers in here. We're going to read this one off real quick. Years ago, I was in Vegas with my uncle, and he wanted me. Everything's going to be premised on the button question. Hopefully, as we read through some of these, I want to get Josh's opinion because he's obviously on the wrong side of the issue, and hopefully, we can get him to the right side of the issue by the end of this show. We're 22 minutes in. We're going to do probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day. I don't know how much we're going to get through. Like if I go to my home screen, everything is stupid buttons. All right. Anyway. Show me his favorite game. Craps. My uncle always bet the dark side because you essentially betting on the house. All the other people at the table would accuse him of betting against them. And if you got so mad, they left the table. I don't know how to play craps, so maybe this is a poor analogy.
I don't either.
This is essentially the red button question. Blue pushers insist because it is 100% moral signaling that red pushers are immoral, even though red pushers are acting within their own self-interest at nobody's detriment. This is also why blue button wins in the abstract description, but always loses in the non-abstract description, i.e. trolley example. But basically, I think what he's trying to say is there's no skin in the game on this question, right? So if Mr. Beast poses the question, there's no skin in the game because no one's actually going to die. Therefore, the negative side effects of pressing the blue button aren't there, but the positive side effects of virtue signaling are there. Let's actually run this. I think somebody did ask the question. Let's run this, but if you press the blue button, your Twitter account gets deleted. If 50% don't press the blue button. I think if we run it again, the red button would win, Josh.
Yeah. It's one of those, like if it were your money. For example, like if it was like, if you pick blue, everyone, if blue wins, everyone keeps their money. But if blue loses, all the blue money goes to the red people. Yeah. Then everyone would pick red. Let me ask you, I would pick red. Absolutely.
Let me ask you this question. Let's keep the question the same.
Okay.
Let's just change the 50% line on blue. How high of a percentage would you go before you said, all right, I'm pressing the red? Like 99% of the world has to press blue. Otherwise, all the blue pressers die. Would you go to 60%?
Well, okay. If we're talking like the whole world.
Yeah.
Which I get is the original question, but I was thinking about like who's actually voting.
All right, let's just say America. Just America.
Okay. America. People in America right now?
Yes. Beings in America. Adults, children, all of them.
Not that much higher than 50. Probably like 65.
You still press blue at 65%.
No, I'm saying at 65% I wouldn't. At
60% you would?
Maybe.
That's crazy, dude.
To me, here's the thing.
What percentage would I press blue?
Here's the thing, though, is 20, to me, being on the blue side, if they die, isn't exactly losing. That's my perspective. Being dead.
Somebody does try to make that point.
Either now I get that's kind of nihilistic, but it is like who's making this happen? I assume like Satan or God. You know what I mean? So Thanos, either way, it's obviously a win-win.
Thanos, obviously.
That's a good point.
Iron
to
Man.
me, because what's his name? Lord of the Rings said it in chat. God is watching. And I don't think that you're necessarily doing anything bad by voting red, but it is kind of like, what would Jesus do thing. You know what I mean?
Is it though?
To me it is. If this were real, I'd say, look, I'm choosing to have hope in the goodness of other people. If it were worldwide, I would absolutely vote red. But in America, yeah. Oh, they're Chinese.
Dude, I don't even know what, like, how low the percentage on the blue button would have to be before I pressed it. Like,
it's like that one guy.
I wouldn't do it.
It's like that one meme you just pulled up. It's like it's a low. It's a nihilistic thing. If you're just going off of pure cold logic, red is the best choice, no matter what. But to me, it's what red winning means is it speaks to something a little bit deeper, which is a sad thing. So I resist.
I get the blue
resist the Darwinian.
I get the blue collectivist kind of wanting to band together, but I just,
if I'm the only person that voted blue and I'm the only person who dies, it's a win for me.
That would be a massive L, Josh.
No, it's a
that would be Josh is retarded. That's an L.
No, dude, that's the best case scenario.
So 99%.
No, that's not true. The best case scenario would be Zeb and all the black and all the nons. That's the best case scenario.
All right, Mitchell, thank you for the 5. So what you're saying is we need to build a scourge virus for the voluptuous.
That's an Invincible reference. I wouldn't even expect you to know that if you did.
I watched like 3 episodes
of the first season.
Yeah,
first season's good.
I didn't make it very far, man. All right, let's get into some more. We got to rapid fire these things because, dude, there are some bangers, man. There are some bangers. Where are we going? Let's do this one next. The bell curves are good. There's a lot of bell curve ones. This one's got a lot of words. Oh boy. In an ideal world, people should donate organs, press blue, but in the real world, doctors let people down operating tables to harvest their organs. People take your whole arm when you offer them a hand, which is why you should press red. Blue press are split into 3 groups. All right, I'm not reading that. That's a lot. Red is correct given the incentives. Okay, this is the question is organ donor versus non-organ donor, and this is assuming that they harvest your organs intentionally if you're an organ donor, which has been essentially proven. If you're an organ donor, they let you die, Josh. Just catching you up.
Yeah, I would never do that. I'm keeping my organs. Like, what's going to happen?
You pressing the blue button, but you're not an organ donor?
Yeah, that's the point, is you're applying this like benevolent sense of the good of all people just across the board. I'm doing it contextually within this one example. I'm not donating my organs because when the final resurrection happens, like, are my organs going to be sucked out of some?
You're going to be an organless body.
Yeah, like I'm getting cremated, so I come back like Sandman, Spider-Man 3.
So the question is, this is probably somebody on the blue side. Something I noticed: blue button mindset, non-zero chance of murdering someone. Red, 0% chance of murdering someone. This is kind of how you pose the question.
That's kind of my perspective on it.
I disagree, and this is my
that's how
0% chance of dying, non-zero chance of dying for blue. And so I think I feel like the left side is off because I'm not murdering someone. They're choosing to throw themselves off the bridge. Maybe there's rocks, maybe there's water. Who knows?
No, and I will concede to that.
Did I push them off the bridge? Nope.
I will concede to that.
Do I jump with them? Mama said nope.
You didn't murder them. But it is a case of like, you did contribute to them being dead.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't think you murdered them.
Says my mom was saved by an organ donor. Listen, man, I was an organ donor for a while. And if the world was not the way it was, I would still be an organ donor. But I'm not.
If I ever require other people's organs, I will not be asking permission. So that's my red button.
Well, they don't do that anyway. So
yeah,
organ donor, not organ donor, they're going to take them either way.
That is one of the upsides of having 1 billion Mexicans here is you need some organs. You just pick one up, run over there. They're all 5.
It doesn't really work like that, Josh.
Oh yeah.
You can't. It's not easy to organ cross against races. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh man, a tiny little Mexican
it's
liver.
why mulattoes have a massive issue with
That's a good
blood
point.
transfusion and organ donating.
Shit.
Miscegenation is bad. Back to your original question you asked after we started this thing. Probably the answer might be no. Who knows?
All right, get the Mexicans out.
Get the Mexicans out.
Their livers are shot.
And the Indians. All right. That's kind of that's a loose agreement to. I mean, I think we kind of agree to the
like
meme.
and like I said before, I'm not exactly doing it for altruistic reasons. The train thing, that's good.
Somebody said,
That's
I had
true.
no idea that was a thing. Yes, it is.
Quite literally the blue red, but yeah. I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah, but the red people aren't even on the train.
Yeah, that's what's funny.
Do we get enough for blue people to move the lever? That's it, dude. That's it right there. I mean, the memes are killing it today. Nice. I want to look at this one too. And I disagree with the phrasing on this one. That's why I want to look at it. This is better. It's not. Helps both sides understand each other. It's fancy, so it looks better, Josh. So that means it must be correct.
Yes.
All right, blue. Heads you live. Tells you live for red. Or heads you live for red.
Both heads live.
Tells you die for blue. Tells you live for red. And that's okay, I guess, to an extent. But then it goes.
That's an accurate assessment.
It's not though.
Work.
You say
it could not with a flip of the coin. Yeah, that's true.
You save everyone who landed on tails. Everyone who flipped blue dies. The problem is this is left up to chance.
True.
Flipping the coin is left up to chance. I'm not chancing. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. I'm pressing blue. Whoops, I hit red. Like that's not going to happen. It's like I'm hitting red or I'm hitting blue. They also a lot of the blue pushers want to revert back to
a lot of blue pushers.
A lot of the blue pushers.
They're coming up with new ways for white people to be racist against white people. See, we're the Ubermensch, so we have to come up with ideological differences.
A lot of the blue pushers want to keep reverting back to. Oh, the kids might have just liked blue for their favorite color, and therefore they pressed the blue button. Like I think that was XQC's
that's why I did it.
Position. That's why you did it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find let me see if I can find that clip real quick. Red, blue, but did I type something in?
Oh mama.
Oh, it didn't. Red.
I wonder if we'll talk about this tomorrow on Wake Up Carolina.
Red blue button. This is Birdman. Obviously has the wrong take. He has the same take as Josh. That's who Jack's beefing with right now to some extent. Oh, we're gonna watch this real quick. This is
Jack Kittner.
Yeah.
This
we
dilemma.
can watch it in clown on if you want to.
I'm down.
Finished it. I solved it.
Are you good, bro?
This is a bell curve. The real choice. Hold on. Is blue. Hold on. Here's why. Some people are going to be blind. Some people are not going to have the limbs to click it. Some people are going to be colorblind. Some people might not understand the premise. Some people might misclick. By choosing blue, you save everybody. So yes, people are going to go red.
That's pretty funny.
Some people might misclick red, and some people might be colorblind and hit red, and some people might accidentally hit red.
Who's this?
You never heard of XQC? He's like the biggest streamer.
I've seen him before. I didn't know he had an accent.
I don't know if it's an accent.
What are you saying?
I don't know. It's a speed thing.
By mistake, maybe some babies and maybe some.
I mean, it's an accent, but it's not like
by mistake. It's a baby.
It's a special. It's a special one. Nobody
What, you saying
speaks
he's
like
retarded?
XQC, except XQC. Is he retarded?
He might just be Bulgarian.
Underage, maybe
He
some
might be
person
Albanian.
going blue just
French
assures that you're sending those people. Going
Yeah,
red
yeah, it
means
sounds
that
kinda French.
everybody who is capable clicks red and they survive, and everybody else dies. Yeah, that's just not good. Bang. So
Say bye.
if you click blue, it's brain dead. If you click red, it's smart, but then it becomes brain dead. So in the end, if you click blue, it's actually smart. Complicated,
Well,
but I know, but
he's wrong.
you just gotta bear with me.
That's Josh's friend. That's Josh's friend.
No.
Hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no.
That's Josh's
Pull
friend.
up,
Hold on.
pull up the bell
If you
curve.
click red, it's
Pull up
smart,
the bell
and it
curve
becomes
meme.
brain dead.
All right, we'll get it. That's Josh's friend. Hold on.
All right. So right here, you've got the hey, stupid blues. Okay, you've got the. Let's be honest. It should be the Jeet Wojak and Black Wojak on the bottom, and then the high IQ people who picked red, and then all the soy jacks in the middle are all dead. I don't disagree with this assessment of the situation, but that's why I said I picked blue because I'll admit it just feels right, and because if you
Josh, facts
survive,
don't care about your feelings.
If all the blue people die, then it's you, probably Nick Fuentes, surrounded by black people. That's your life from now on.
I mean, that is the
the
case.
situation where for me, either everything stays the same or I go to heaven. Whereas for you, either everything stays the same or you live in hell. That is why I choose blue.
I think that's it, dude. I think the bell curve meme nails this.
No, yeah, it absolutely does. You're 100% correct. But that, to me, is the problem. What's the point of being the smartest man in Africa?
Choosing red is the choice to not play the game. Choosing blue is choosing to play the game, but everyone that plays the game loses.
No.
Yes,
it's actually the opposite.
No, it's not. It's
yes,
not
it
the
is.
opposite.
Yes, it is. And I'll tell you why. While technically, on paper, you're right. Red.
I love when we start an argument with you're right.
You don't play the game, but I assume this hypothetical, everyone has to vote. You can't abstain.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you have to vote. So
if you don't vote, you die. So people are going to die. Regardless.
So by voting blue, you essentially avoid the consequences. Yeah, you die, but whatever
that
afterlife
is
you were going.
Major nihilistic, dude.
Yeah. See,
that's like saying I don't want to deal with responsibilities or consequences, so let me suicide myself.
By picking the not the consequences of my actions, the consequences of just life itself.
But it is the consequences of your actions because you chose blue.
True, but I didn't know it would be suicide. It's not a guarantee. My guarantee is this. Either I live exactly the same or I die. And then I just go to my Christian afterlife, whereas you, either everything stays the same or you live in hell until you die and then go to your Christian afterlife.
Michael with the vibe. No, you don't win. Dude.
I think everyone trying to rationalize blue is coping with the fact that they weren't smart enough to choose red. Probably. Now, I don't deny I'm not what was that guy XQC? His assessment is completely wrong. And I'm not being okay, I shouldn't say it, but I'm not being a F word about it. I'm not like, why can't we all just get along, man? I truly am just taking the logic.
All right, let's grab another one, dude. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Jesus didn't make you choose blue or re. I choose Re. Lord of the Re, if you can hear us.
All right, next one. The people who continue or confuse Twitter polls with global reality are all going to die
That's
by
true.
trying to bicycle across Africa or something equally unwise.
If it were worldwide, I would certainly die.
This is in response to this. I was a red button pusher because I thought most people would push red. After the original and Elias poll, I switched to blue pusher. Still being a red pusher after these polls means that you want to signal how logical you are in the same way you believe blue pushers LARP. So you admit that the red button is more logical.
It is more logical.
And you still push blue.
Yeah.
So you're retarded.
No.
What's the opposite of logic? What's the opposite of logical?
It's the smartest if the goal is surviving. My goals are beyond such limitations.
Suicide? Is that your goal? Is that because that's what the blue button is?
It's not guaranteed suicide.
I think it is.
If it's worldwide poll, then it becomes a question of how much do I want to live.
This is one of the better memes coming out of this right now.
I'd probably still choose blue because it would just be you guys. And it would be the hell. It'd be the end of days.
You just want to opt out.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a world with and as much as it pains me to say,
you already do live in that
as
world,
much as it
Josh.
pains me to say, I don't want to live in a world without the people that picked blue. As retarded as they are. Because think about it, it's not like you're
So they are
it's not,
retarded.
yeah. It's not like you're cutting out all of the low IQ people. You're preserving all the low IQ people.
No, you're getting rid of all the Dunning-Krugers and all of the virtue signalers.
You're getting rid
of all the people that are willing to sacrifice everything else.
White people.
No, you're not.
Yes, you
No.
are.
You
You
claim
think-
that one button is logical
What do you
and one
think-
is not logical.
what do you-
And
no,
then
no,
you
no,
say
no, no.
the white people are not logical? That's crazy talk.
You think okay. I guess it comes down to do you
Have
like
white people in the past been more self-interest or more altruistic?
self-interest?
Red button.
No. I get what you're saying, but think about it. I guess the question comes down to like, what do you think Africans would vote for? Like jungle, like they just pick a button.
Fried chicken.
Let's just say
They obviously picked the red button.
So you think they picked the red button?
Yeah, yeah.
Then who are the type of people that would pick the blue?
Those in the middle, typically liberal Democrats.
Liberal Democrats. All right. I mean, I don't want to live without them in a world where it's just Africans.
Yeah, but if we can get rid of the liberal Democrats, keep the Africans in Africa,
would rather live
clean
around
out a
liberals
little bit of
than
a slate,
Africans.
then we can. You want to talk about Bovino for president? Let's go, dude.
Okay, well, actually, you know what? Surviving, because then if all the blue people go, then it's probably just like Mad Max.
Yeah, yes, it'll be something close to it.
All right, well,
The Wild Wild West
that could-
2027.
that could be fun.
Let's do it, dude.
Because that's true. Because we're currently living in a narco tyranny. You get rid of the liberals, and it's basically just anarchy. So okay, all
Chad
right,
said,
I see. But
Africans wouldn't push the button. They strip it for parts and sell it for booze and shoes. I added the shoes part.
booze and shoes.
Uh,
You're thinking of like African Americans. I'm talking about like spear chucking. You know, you couldn't pick a modern day one from 1,000 years ago.
Look at this retard, John Kroger. I'm whiter and more Aryan than you'll ever be.
And I'd love for you to get rid of my liberal Democrat ass. I recognize that name.
Post
I think it's
address,
been here
dude.
before.
Post addy,
Come
pussy.
do it, big guy.
Post addy, pussy.
We're race realists. You just get here, silly goose.
This dude must be new. Retard.
Post your age. Don't post your address. Post your age.
Yeah, post Addy. Faggot. All right. This is probably one of the better memes coming out of this. The whole first square says the whole world takes a private poll. Press a red button or the blue one. Red pressers are safe no matter what. Blue pressers will die unless. Where's the red button at, Josh?
It's right there.
Why would you even risk it?
Because then you'd be living with black people.
You're gonna get black people no matter what.
Well, you're gonna. This is. I assume we're doing this today.
Huh? Yeah.
To me, it's like God has us on earth for a purpose. But as a Christian, like if I were to die all of a sudden, it's not the end of the world. So I'm either dying or everything's status quo.
You're very I don't even know what the word would be.
I'm a Christian nihilist. The Sentinelese are Team Red. My thing is like, could you even explain this to an African, like Congolese person who just got off their shift at the cobalt mine?
Thank you, Chad. He says,
I guess if you explained that if you pick red, you won't die. No
vertical chat never disappoints. I promise you, I told you, dude. I told y'all the vertical chat is where the retards are. This is why we're streaming to the retards. We are retard collectors here. John, thank you for coming. You can sit in the back.
I'd love to see you without that beard. A real liberals. Okay, maybe I would like to live in a world without live. They're so gay.
You want to live with these people, Josh?
Well, as long as I can kill them.
Well, that's what the red button's for.
Josh Van Gandhi.
I mean, you have the option to press the red button. Why did you force me to vertical? There's the horizontals on there too. I probably do need to put the link in the vertical and pin it. But
come kill me one.
Somebody said blue is my favorite color. But blue is my favorite color. All right, here's another one. Read this one, Josh. This whoa. It's a little long. Read it.
You know who I would like to genuinely, the only person whose take on this I'm interested in hearing is Sam Hides.
Or John Ward. I wanted to get John on to do this.
I'd like to hear John's.
I want to get Atlas on too.
Maybe. Ooh, you know what we should do?
Tell me. Faster.
Groiper report. The post show. Maybe we can do it, or do a membership, or we could just cut out the middleman and do a member stream.
We could do a full stream. I could get
This red versus blue thing revealed why the West is collapsing like it is.
Let me get the super chat first. I had it pulled up. I thought that's what you were reading. Dr. Tennis $2 says, "Are you guys race realists and homophobes?"
Yes.
This guy, John's nude. No, John's guy on the right is dumb as fuck.
And have a lazy eye. It appears for them as it does for us, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. I think he's talking about you.
I think he's talking about me.
He's talking about my beard.
He's probably talking about me because
what?
I don't have a lazy eye, but one of my eyes opens wider than the other. It's very subtle, but I've noticed it. It's funny that this guy noticed it. No one's noticed that before until this guy. Tell your thoughts.
What? I have the book. Right over there.
Oh, on the bell curve?
Chapter 7 is the best chapter if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm talking. Is it you?
He's on vertical. I'm on the other side on vertical.
Oh, what's wrong with your eyes?
I don't know. What is wrong with my eyes? Apparently something.
It
Maybe
could just-
there's
it could
something
just-
wrong with his
Oh, you
eyes.
know what it is? It might
it
be
because
it might be the lighting, because that light is hitting you like when you would turn your head, when you were kind of like this, it makes your left eye look.
All right, I don't care about
Whatever,
I don't
yeah.
care about John.
All right, you want me to read that?
If he wants to
We
keep going, I'm
have
paying his
nearly
ass.
60% of people who voted in the so-called polls voting blue, but the reality is that when the choice becomes real, many will turn around and vote red instead. That's true. If this were real, I probably would vote red. History is a cold, hard proof of this dynamic. In elections, the mentality is the same. Too many voters have no skin in the game, and many just default to voting left. Popular, whatever party allows them to claim the badge of moral superiority and smug virtue signaling. Now I understand why our founding fathers did not institute Oh my God, dude, Yappersville.
Where you at?
Can we get that paragraph?
So pay
big
attention
one?
to the blue button pushers. Any opinion on geopolitics, culture, or history from the blue button pushers should be discarded like trash. The reality based on history and geopolitics, the vast majority of the world will press the red button because humans overwhelmingly have in-group bias and will coordinate to make sure everyone in their group presses red. The only way blue wins is with massive global propaganda coordination. And even then, it is a slim chance of success. The only group with a massive outgroup bias is middle to upper class, white, leftist, liberal women. That must be what John is. The white leftist men, to a lesser degree, probably only group with a high chance of pressing blue and simultaneously nail themselves on a cross that ran about how virtuous they are. So true. Everyone else, conservative, moderates, libertarians, NCAPs, third world criminals, psychopaths, sociopaths, etc., will all be pressing red, dooming the blue to a dire fate. Banger meme.
I think. Wow. I was
Also,
gonna say,
while we're here,
this meme and the style in which it is presented, as well as the long diatribe, say more about the person that posted this than their own thoughts do.
why are you jealous, Josh?
Why am I jealous?
Yeah.
Of who? The guy who posted this?
By the guy that made the meme.
The homosexual midwit?
All right. Since John's here, we're going to do a book review for you real quick. This is called The Bell Curve. It was written in the 70s. Oh, you can't see it on on vertical. The Bell Curve right here by Charles Murray. If you really are interested, read chapter 7. You can start there. If you want to go a little bit further, Charles Murray also wrote a book called Facing Reality, where he describes the two races about America and the absolute dynamic that we have to face before any recognition of an American exists anymore, right? Basically, he dives into the idea that blacks and whites cannot live together. It is logically not possible given what we have on specifically crime statistics Now, we also have a book by Charles Murray called Human Diversity. Human Diversity, we're talking about men, women, black, white, Indian, all of the above. All of the above. Human diversity, where does it come from? Can we overcome it? The answer is obviously no. But even Charles Murray, in his assessment and his metaphysical or his meta-analysis of all of the studies that have been done on races, class, and gender, bring him to nearly 80% of it is nature versus another 20 that is separated between multiple other nature facing things, whether that's shared or non-shared environments, and a few others is that 20 other percent. So
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I'm done. Done enough.
I was going to say, we're getting a lot of homos in our chat today, and it's probably because the blue red button thing is so popular, and we're
hold on, let me get this.
One of the people that are talking about it right now.
He says he would probably surprise you on what his takeaway is because it's not what you're saying. You are correct, and he is wrong. His conclusion does not follow his analysis because his conclusion must override his framework, he is a boomer. And I'm assuming you are too. Post-age, faggot.
Yeah,
he's simply wrong on his conclusion after analyzing what he has analyzed his entire life.
You said Charles Murray. No, wait, hold on. Okay, you said Charles Murray's analysis, his conclusion was it's 80% nature and 20% nurture. Or sorry, backwards.
That's what the analysis says. His conclusion is different than our conclusion.
So what he says, I screwed that up. That it's 80% nurture and
Nature.
20%.
No, 80% nature.
He says 80% nature.
70, 80, depending on where you're reading at, but sure.
Okay, I thought you were getting at.
Yeah,
so
but
what,
even
so what
still,
is his analysis that you disagree with?
His conclusion is that we need more equality, essentially. He's a libertarian.
Oh, okay.
He's a
I get
boomer
what you're
libertarian.
saying. It's 80% nature, yet we need to do what we've been doing this whole.
We need to do more of what we've been doing to dig ourselves a deeper hole.
No, what we need to do is buy he needs to sell books. That's why it is that.
So anyway, all of this is baked into this question of red button or blue button. Let's pick another one, Josh. We already covered that one.
Yeah, that one.
Next.
All right.
Go for it.
My favorite. I can't. Read
sidebar. And somebody did point this out. Chad did. Charles Murray is also integrated in upper class kosher society, which influences the conclusions and explains why it contradicts his analysis. Yeah, this is true. His co-author is Jewish, so you can start there. And
racism for me, but not for thee.
And he actively avoided the discussion for 50 years.
Okay, that right there is gay. This meme is gay. Why are you so heckin' mean? Why you bully Willy?
I'm not reading that article. We don't have time.
Yeah.
Nor do I care to.
Be a dick. Don't be a dick.
What's it say? Shit people say before pressing the red button. See that? All right.
Ultimately, I'd rather die as a blue button voter than be alive as a red button voter and know that my vote helped billions of people die.
That's what you said, Josh.
Kinda, but
then you said you're going to vote red.
I don't think billions of people would die.
You don't think billions of people would vote for the blue button?
I think it would be close to 1. If it's worldwide, and it was and you explained it to the untouched tribe of people or whatever, if they just got the concept of the test, and it is red does not die no matter what, blue might. All of these people are picking red.
Here, let's switch sides. There we go. Now we're looking at you.
I get that if the goal is not dying at all costs, red's the way to go.
Then what is the other goal to vote blue then?
The other goal to vote blue is, as I said, it is kind of like no, it's about having a little bit of faith in other people, which is you don't understand these things, Zeb, because you're a very smart guy, but there is more to life than just being right, having the right opinion. And I've explained it several times at this point. It's essentially, you can make a face, but essentially I don't want to live with the leftovers of this test.
I'm not denying that he's in unique cardio.
He was like earlier he said, which one has the worst hairline?
John said that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
That's funny.
Oh, he did address the Murray situation. Where was it? He avoided it because he kept getting called racist. I wonder why that is.
Yeah. You guys sound like Candace Owens with a with
the gay crap. Anime picture faggot. There's you a little bit more. There's no red or blue, have nots. There's no red or blue. It is only the Jew. That's the conclusion to all of this. Read the rest of the comments. No. Send more comments. How about that? Fuck you. All right. This is my vaccine didn't work because you didn't get yours all over again. Why does anyone need to save the guy who picked blue? He can literally pick red.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is the idea is like if you pass the test, like if you vote red, it's like a remember I was asking you, I was like, is there a test here that I'm not seeing? I got that like red survives no matter what. But like these people, the midwits, think that they're like, oh, I'm the high IQ people that survive because I just vote red. There's no downside. That's the point. Is it's
So
like
true.
They get to feel good about passing the test when it's not really a test.
Correct. So opt out of the test. Pick red.
But you're a part of it.
No. Red is saying I'm not playing this game.
There's
If you play the game, you lose. Pressing blue makes you lose.
No. You have to think about it like this.
Is opting out.
There are three options. There are only three outcomes. Everyone lives and everything goes just right back to the way things were. Or you live with all the reds, which is like the whole world except without like mostly white people, or you die. I mean, be honest, Zeb. If every person on Earth, if every person on Earth understood the rules, who would still vote blue? You're right. It's probably a bunch of like
Europeans.
Liberals and women and
Europeans, and that's it.
Exactly. So you run the risk of living without those people.
He keeps asking what community college I went to. Stupid question.
This
Stupid
guy.
Question.
He's growing on me. I'm not
going
to
finish reading the other comment. I read the other comment. The rest of the comment was
Zeb. Like that's your name. Zeb.
The rest of the comment was talking about Charles Murray and them calling him racist. He said he's basically trying to make the argument that you can't judge an individual by a group. I say this all the time. We judge groups as groups and individuals as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to have the race realism debate, I promise you we can do that, and I promise you lose every day of the week. I'll do a call-in show just for you, John. Subscribe. When I do a call-in show, you're more than welcome to call in. Well, this is on Nav, isn't it? Go to my channel, ZebBoykin, at ZebBoykin. It should be linked below. Blue is the choice.
I would disagree with this.
Blue is a choice for virtuous people. You are choosing not to contribute to the death of others unless you reframe the question, someone loved dies.
I don't think the people that voted red are responsible for the deaths of the blue people. So I don't think that the red people are any more or less virtuous. To me, it's a gamble.
I think blue is a choice for people that want to signal virtue. I think there's a difference there.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
Thank you for the 5, Jacob.
I'm not even saying that the people that vote blue are doing it for the right, or I don't think there is a right reason to vote blue. I am voting blue kind of selfishly. We just have a different assessment of the outcomes.
What is that avatar, dude? What is that avatar? That's hilarious.
Horse-haired Messiah. Oh my gosh.
Is this the best we can do for the representative of the white race? I'm not sure what you're
hate us because of the anus. We judge groups as groups.
All right, John's retarded.
Think about that one, Zeb. That's an incredibly stupid thing to say.
It's literally hypocritical.
Okay, yeah, retarded.
John's retarded. John's retarded. Figure that one out. I'm glad we got there. Let's see.
More memes.
Some of you seem confused. The question is not and has never been, would you sacrifice to save others? Many people, including myself included, who have already proven they would pick red. The question is, would you put yourself in a situation in which others will be forced to save you?
Yeah, that's a correct assessment.
Yeah, I mean,
you're right.
There's a lot of trying to reframe this dilemma to make it more palatable for people. And I mean, I'm down for it, but it's I don't know. It's very telling of where we are right now. Another one. This one has a picture with it, Josh. The entire red versus blue debate and moral dilemma is stupid. Pressing the red button is always 100% logical because if everyone presses it, everyone lives. On the other hand, some people will always choose blue and not to save anyone. Makes no sense to pick blue, which you've already seeded. Blue people genuinely are psychologically leftist, even if they are right wing. Every behavioral element of or a leftist is there of a leftist, including their ability to metabolize your refusal of their demand for you to risk death as an attack on them, typically as a justification for force you later.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not a leftist, and I don't think the red people did anything wrong. They're just saving themselves.
Here's another IQ bell curve meme, Josh.
Here we go. If I choose red, I live. If 50% of us choose blue, everyone lives. If all of us choose red, everyone lives. If 50% of us choose red, most of the retards die. No, but so that is actually indicative of what I was saying earlier, where here's the highest IQ person is saying the retards die, but they don't though. The majority of the retards die. All of the retarded white people will. But all of the non-white people will live.
This is kind of a question of eugenics.
The highest IQ brown people will pick red. The lowest IQ brown people will pick red. It's not that's the thing, is like this isn't a test that's getting rid of the lowest IQ people. It's getting rid of the most either stupid altruistic people or the liberal people. You're dissecting I would say a small
All right,
chunk
let me
of the
ask you
world.
this, Josh.
Yes.
If you could press a button and I guess that doesn't work.
I love this. I love these.
If you could take out, if you had the choice to make everyone between the IQ of like 70 to 105, 75 to 105,
okay,
never existed. Now we have two ends of the spectrum. Would you take that? Do you think it would be a better world?
No.
Because the retards still exist?
75 to 105?
Yeah, 75 to 105. Gone.
See, I think you have to go a little bit higher than 75. If you're attributing it to the blue, if this were in a vacuum and it's like the 75, the people that are sub 75.
What would you say, 90 to 110?
If you get rid of all the 90 to 110 people, no, I don't think that's good.
All right, I think I'm
the problem with our world is not the 90 and 110 people. Most Europeans are like 90 to 110. The problem is all the people below that.
Let me read
who will survive this test.
He says you can't judge an entire race based on the actions of 20 or 30 million people. It just isn't fair. Thank you, Horse here. What's the deal with the red button, blue button? I'm late to the party. I guess we can recap for the people that are new here. The question is, was posed by a guy named King Uman or something like that. Anyway, Mr. Beast yanked it from him. The question is, everyone on Earth takes a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of the people press the blue button, only people who press the red button survive. Which button do you press? Be honest.
You talking to me? I mean, you know what I said.
I was just repeating the question. That's where the red button, blue button dilemma comes in. I'm surprised Josh said he would pick blue. Like, extremely surprised.
I'm surprised you're surprised.
That Josh is obviously 105 over here. We've already established that.
I'm 110. I bet you feel stupid right now.
Yeah, but the group IQ is 105, Josh. So everybody is 105. It's the group IQ 105. Because group and individual is the same thing, Josh. You didn't know that? Fucking retards in chat. Dude, I'm so glad we got the vertical stream going, man. We always attract the good ones on the vertical side.
What is it? Okay, so what is that? I don't know what that is. You were like,
It's
you
just
want to
YouTube Shorts. Live
we
streams get thrown in there sometimes.
Really? Oh, because you were like, want to do vertical? And I was like, sure, I don't care.
We get all the retards from the vertical. That's all
I like my retards. I like seeing thank God I'm 107.
All right, what Jacob
funny.
say? Let's say thanks for the 5. You guys have both arbitrarily agreed we have no responsibility for others, which is why we are in the predicament we are in today. Not as a blanket statement. I've never said that as a blanket statement. The problem is here's my problem with the question. The problem with the core question is, or the core problem with the question is that we don't get to define who others is, right? If we had to define it outright a little bit more specifically, like we've already done within this debate to define everybody within America, or everybody within said group, or everybody within a certain area, or everybody within South Carolina, or however you want to define that. I think that changes the dynamic of the question. But when we say everyone, like the whole world, it changes it entirely, and the only correct answer is red. But if you have a question of not just out-group, or not just entirely out-group answering the question for everyone, and you had an in-group question, it would fundamentally change. And so when you say that we have no responsibility for others, I fundamentally disagree with that. I obviously have responsibilities to my family. I have responsibility to my extended family. I have responsibility to the local community. I would even say out to the state itself, and even to the nation, extended beyond, relative to the rest of the world. It's, no responsibility, I think, is incorrect assessment. But the question itself is embedded to say everything is out-group.
I agree with the book writer is crazy. He's probably late, and he's referring to the Charles Murray. What if your son or daughter votes blue?
Dude, John got no idea what we're doing over here, dude. Here's one for you.
To Olivia, you are incorrect also.
Blue button is ethical answer. I don't think there's an ethical dilemma here is another thing.
I agree with that.
I don't think there's a moral issue at all. Like, I don't even think it's a moral question, no matter how you slice it. It might be a virtuous question, or an appearance of a virtuous question, but it's not a moral question.
Mm-hmm.
She said, why, Josh?
Oh, shit. What did she say?
She said, blue is ethical.
Well, because essentially the people that vote blue are gambling. What they're gambling on is hope that, hope in, I guess, the decency of other people. But again, I would disagree that I don't think the people that vote red are doing anything wrong. So therefore it's not an ethical dilemma. Like, I don't think the blue are any more virtuous than the red. But they think they're being more virtuous.
It feels more virtuous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I've admitted to. It feels right.
Yeah. John's still going over in the vertical chat. I appreciate the boost for the comment section. Jeb, butchered that one, dude. Tell me about your best JV football game from high school. I bet you played linebacker, fullback. Tight end, DN. I got 2 state championships. You want to go on? We can. I've done plenty since then, but we'll save that for later. Ask a follow-up question from high school or college you've already asked for. Let's get a little bit deeper in this one. Buddy on the right, you got a new hairstyle. I'm talking about Josh.
Unless he's in vertical.
He must be new, dude. Yeah, no, I switched this back. He's got to be new. Maybe he's not. Anyway,
I don't want to get too tripped up, but I do have a would you rather. It's a bit long though, so if you don't want to go into it,
let's do it.
All right, but it's not an ethical thing. It is kind of a preference thing.
All right, would you rather, chat? Everybody, pay attention.
All right. So Zeb, you die.
Hold on. I played ball at Charleston Southern. It's not a community college, but
all right. So Zeb, you die and you're standing before God, and God says, let's say it's Catholic God. You were good, but you weren't great. So you have to go to purgatory.
Wait, you say Catholic God? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So purgatory exists in this analogy.
Sure.
Which maybe it does. Who knows?
Sure.
But but purgatory is this. You have to live for 100 more years on the earth. But you have 2 options. Now, at the end of this 100 years, it's like serving a sentence. At the end of the 100 years, you get into heaven. You get into heaven no matter what. But you just have to choose how you live the next 100 years on the earth. So these are your 2 choices. You're either A, disembodied spirit. So you have no physical, you're not like a ghost with arms and legs. You have no physical sensation. You have no eyes. You have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're essentially in spectator mode. You can see, but you have no sensation of like blinking or anything like that. You can see and you can hear no better than your human self. You don't have you can just see and hear, but you can freely move around anywhere in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You can move at any speed. Now, if you go too far from Earth and you don't know how to get back, you can get lost. But you can go forward in time. You can go backward in time. You're living out 100 years worth of lived, like you have to live consciously 100 years. Mm-hmm. But you don't sleep, you don't eat, you just observe.
Mm-hmm.
That's option A. Option B is you are a passenger in somebody else's mind. So you can't possess them like a demon or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You're just along for the ride. They have no idea you're there. You're just in there with them. But you see the things they see, hear the things they hear, feel the things they feel, taste the things they taste, experience what they experience. You can even, like, let's say, read their mind, like you know their emotions, even if you don't. So you can be in the body of someone whose mom just died, and like even if they're not like outwardly crying.
Yeah, I mean, I got my answer.
Okay, but you can freely hop from body to body. Mm-hmm. Now you can't hop from like I'm going to Obama. I'm going to whoever. I'm going to some celebrity's husband. But it has to be like contact. If they touch somebody, you can choose to stay or go. Mm-hmm. What do you choose?
I think option A is easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I choose B.
Really?
Yeah.
You're retarded.
Why?
Well, you gave me the option of time manipulation with 100-year basically credits.
No. It doesn't.
It has to work like that.
What I mean by 100 years is I don't mean you can go forward or backward 100 years.
Yes.
You can go.
I only have 100 years to spend as credit.
You're conscious for 100 years.
Correct.
So you have 100 years to explore the past and future.
Correct.
And you still pick that?
Yeah, I think easily.
I feel like you get bored real quick. Because keep in mind, it's you. So you could go back into ancient Rome, but you don't speak Greek.
I have 100 years to learn Greek. I think I can figure it out really quick.
That's true. But you'd have to learn it all.
It'd take a year, maybe. Max.
And then you learn Greek and you go back in time, and then you just, how long before you get bored of that? You have to come back to the present, learn a new language.
John's not good at asking questions.
Would you? Nice.
Josh, you answer that one since that's right up your alley, dude. somebody asked in a super chat, "Are you transgender?" Is the one on top training.
Is the one
I
on
think
the
they
top
say you're
a
cute.
tranny?
They said you're
Me?
cute, Josh. Yeah,
I am cute. I do have a lesbian haircut. The person who cut my hair was white, and they ruined it.
100 years is not enough time to get bored of time travel. Yeah, that's basically my position.
Yeah, you say that.
I think, I think the 100 years is easy, dog. 100 years disembodied is easy.
But think about it. Think about it. Like, what are the things you would want to see? Maybe exploring the future could be fun. But what if it's a future where Indian state, and then it's just New Delhi?
So you can't interact with the world at all? I think it might just be a position to not go to the future.
What do you mean? A position to not go to the future?
Yeah, so if I take option A, then I just don't go to the future. Only explore history. And then after the 100 years, we come back.
But that's my point is after 100 years, you go to heaven. You die.
You wouldn't come back?
No.
This
is how you spend your 100-year sentence before you go to heaven. See,
that's not fun. Then there's no skin in the game.
As a body hopping spirit, you get to experience, all of like the pleasures of being human. You can sleep. You'll be awake for 100 years without sleep.
I can fly in time travel. I think I'll take that one.
But you don't have the feeling of flying. It's like a screen moving in front of your face.
But I can teleport in time travel. What do you mean it's not the feeling of flying?
To me, if
I
I were,
know what flying feels like.
Like roller coasters. There's no momentum. It's like Google Earth. You have that Ted Cruz build.
He's got to be talking about you. Definitely not talking about me.
I don't know what is Ted Cruz's
donut operation must be. He's talking about me, donut operator. All right, let's go. Let's cover a couple more memes. Let the vertical chat go. They're killing it right now, dude. Hilarious how many people turn an IQ question into a humanitarian question. Here's a question hyper simplified for some of you. I mean, this is kind of the rational take.
Now, that is absolutely what the buttons mean.
I would say chance to die, but feel good about it. Would that be a more accurate statement for blue button? Chance to die, but I feel good about it.
Sure. To me, the people that think this is an IQ test are the people that failed it. If it were an IQ test.
Yeah, but who failed it?
If you're going off of it as a IQ thing, then you failed it.
Then you failed the test?
Yeah.
I think it's a litmus test, not an IQ test.
Yeah. That exactly. I don't think the people that picked blue picked it because they were tricked.
All right, let's grab this one real quick. Another meme. Red, nothing happens. Blue, you and a lot of other people might die. Yeah, this is kind of my original take too. It was like, okay, we'll just opt out of playing the game, which I think red is the option to opt out of the game itself.
But again, to pick red, you have to pick it's not nothing happens. Something like if you were the only one pressing the button, well, the test wouldn't matter then. But like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there is something that might happen. The blue people might die no matter what. So you have to decide what outcomes you're willing to live with. It's either nothing changes or you're dead, or nothing changes and you have to live without the blue people. And then you get to imagine what that world might be like.
I mean, I think, yeah.
See?
Nothing happens.
No,
Smash the red button.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Everybody that you can convince to press the blue button needs to be convinced to press the red button. And then we save everyone. There, done.
I'm clicking blue and hoping it takes you with me.
That's one way to look at it. If you oversimplify it and deliberately misrepresent the question, I can see why pushing the red would sound like a good idea. I mean, this is an oversimplification. Some of the other ones we looked at, I don't think is an oversimplification. Blue people genuinely are psychologically leftist, even if they are right wing. Yeah, I think we already read this one. Sorry. Yep, already read this one too. Let's see. We'll go to home screen in a second, and I'll pull up plenty of them. This thing's taking off. This makes it pretty clear that red buttons see themselves as individuals under a government. Whatever the results are, they are not murdering anyone. The government is. Whereas blue buttons see themselves as a government, in this case, a psychotic authoritarian mass murdering government.
What does that take?
The take is basically on guilt. If you press the red button, it's not you murdering someone, or that's your perception. But if you press the blue button, then you see the red button pressers as the ones murdering someone. I think we already cashed this out kind of at the beginning. And you essentially stated that the red button pushers aren't murdering someone. It's that the blue button pushers are sacrificing themselves.
Mm-hmm. Joshy Poo is tired. Tired of your shit.
Here's a question. Does this question only exist to distract from the fact that I'm paying for 20? Probably, actually.
Let's be honest.
It's actually going up. Reports this morning saying it's going up.
Let's be honest. The goy slop isn't all bad.
No, it's not all bad.
The goy slop is really.
Me and Josh were talking about this earlier before stream. It was like, and I haven't streamed like a typical stream in a while. It's because everything is fake and gay. It's exhausting is what it is. And we just keep going around and around. And I guess we can take this last few minutes, because I think we harped on this question a little bit. But I was listening to the show this morning and yesterday and the day before that Josh does in the morning. And they keep coming to this conclusion somehow. I don't know how they get there. Oh, Donald Trump's he's gonna figure it out. We're gonna de-escalate and save everything. It's like, when has he ever de-escalated? Like, give me one example of Donald Trump de-escalating. How does Iran war end? I said it months ago. The only way this wins is Trump takes a loss or he nukes them. There is no other option. The nuke is the winning option. Any other option is taking a loss. That is your answer. There is no de-escalation going to come from the Trump administration.
Now, I do want to throw this out there, and I'm not saying that this is likely. I'm just throwing this out as another option that we hadn't really considered. Again, it's not going to happen. But as a way of Trump saving face, because let's be honest, Trump is in it for Trump. Trump doesn't care about Israel. Trump is in it for Donald Trump. What he wants to do is save face no matter what, correct?
Does he?
So
you say save face. I think he just wants
he
win.
He wants the win for him.
Sure.
Again, not likely, but if he sees, it's not going to happen because all his advisors are Jewish, but there is another option where he basically says, you know what? It was Israel that got us into this conflict. It's them who kind of escalated it. And, he's not going to say
They've already admitted that.
He's not going to say he got, I know, but he's not going to say he got tricked, but he will say, you know what? A lot of the problems that we're facing with you guys are because of them. So he'll blame it on them and concede and what's the word? Restrain them a little bit. Now, keep in mind what I said. That's not going to happen. It's unlikely, but that is an option. That is a way out.
I don't think it's a way out. That was the way in, though. That was the way in. That's what perpetuated us in. And so that being the out option isn't an option.
No, I agree. It's not going to happen. But my point is if the factors are, all of the, we don't have to rehash everything that goes on with the war in the region. But if the factors are, the main factor being Trump won't get us out. Trump won't take the loss. Why? Because he's Donald Trump.
Correct.
So what does a victory look like? He can't beat them without nuking them. So what is another option where he doesn't use a nuke, but can save face? That's the one. It isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen.
I don't think that's a win, though. That's not a win.
How? For him.
Okay, I'm Donald Trump. I say, the reason we're in this war is Israel, and they got us in this war, so we're not going to do this war anymore. That's their problem.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Lay it out more simply.
Okay. All right. More simpler.
More so John can understand.
So he can come out and say, based on everything that's going on, some things have come to my attention. Because Trump contradicts himself. He goes back on things he said all the time. It would cost him nothing to say, you know what? We had some concerns about Iran. We're dealing with people behind the scenes. We think there's a deal to be made, but we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Israel did provoke this. And we know that a big part of the reason, the conflict goes on is mutual antagonism. So as the benefactor for Israel, and we're going to continue to look out for them, we're going to rein them in and come up with just a retreat.
That's basically what I just said.
Okay.
In more words. But you just added,
no, I'm not.
We're going to rein Israel in, which is obviously not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. They can pin it on Israel.
I feel like you're tossing out a hypothetical that is not possible.
Not probable. I said it's not going to happen.
Not possible.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Only a Sith deals in it. No, as in you're wrong.
No, I mean, it's, I'll quote Trump here from last June when he said, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that is the entire administration. That's the entire Middle East. That's all of them. But in fact, I think they actually do know what they're doing. It's just coming off like that. And along this entire process,
Trump is operating off the assumption that both sides want peace, that they just want to be left alone. Or at least he was when he said that.
Yes. Yeah. And they tried to negotiate. What has happened to the negotiation? We send Vance and then we do a 24-hour negotiation and nothing happens. It's like, no shit, nothing happened. Why'd you even go over there? Like, what you're negotiating with the people that you literally just claimed are irrational, that you have no leverage over. What's going to happen is we're going to continue this thing until Donald Trump nukes them. Then you can classify it win, or we just continually perpetuate this forever.
This is something I get into with my boss all the time now is my boss says...
Which one's little?
That Donald Trump... I don't like the little... Probably me. I mean, you're huge.
Yeah, but you're not little.
I know.
Okay.
He probably means the smaller guy.
Okay.
So my boss says that Donald Trump does not want war. I think he does. He may not have wanted to start it,
war.
but yeah, Donald Trump wants to beat them, and he can't. He cannot. The ceasefire, there may have been a point in time where Donald Trump, he didn't want to start the war because he didn't want to start a war. But now that they're in it, this is what Donald Trump wants, is to beat their asses. The whole point of ceasefire talks now is to postpone, is so that we can regroup. That's why Donald Trump is talking about it now. He wants war.
Josh, put your hat on. Josh, put your hat on. Let's see.
Regulars.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a regular little hat guy.
Yeah, I thought it was
little hat guy. Josh's little hat. Let's see how many verticals we can trigger with this one. All right.
Someone said, "Look at the globe." Can they see that?
They can see it on the vertical. On my screen.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, somebody said Donald Trump's not even going to make it to 2028. I'll give you, we're talking about a little bit of time travel here a second ago. We're talking about the war. We're talking about Donald Trump 2028. We actually have Donald Trump from the future 2028 in studio. Don, a little word for the people. Donald.
I feel great.
Nothing there, dude.
Healthy as I've ever been.
Little future sight there for you. Josh.
Kyle Larson.
Josh, answer the question that
Yes,
I'm going to pose a question to you here.
Okay.
What would it take for the first Jewish president to stop the war in the Middle East? Peace in the Middle East was what we were promised.
To stop it,
anyone new tuning in, this is Joshua Kushner, is Jared Kushner's brother.
Okay, well, what do you mean by stop the war? Do you mean finish it as in nuke 'em or surrender?
What will it take for the Jews in Israel to be like, yeah, that's enough? We'll
for the Jews to say that's enough?
You're speaking for the Jewish people.
Hold on, let me plug into the hive mind. Give me a minute. This takes a minute, so. Well,
not Jewish enough, more Jew.
Well,
more Jew.
Well, what we're gonna do is, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a great assessment of what's going on over there. And I'm not saying that as a cop out. I don't know which way this thing is going. You think nukes?
I think, sidebar, people, Josh isn't Jewish.
I don't look Jewish.
Yeah, you do.
Come on, man. Look at this guy. Look at that.
It burns. It burns. Get it off. My assessment, as I said months ago, what did you say?
The guy.
Trump is a bullshit.
Trump is a bullshit.
Nice, dude. Somebody just learned to curse.
I thought he was brown.
My assessment is the correct assessment, which is the only option is nukes, or to continue this thing on perpetually until it's no longer Donald Trump's problem. Every other option is a loss, and I would even say the perpetual war is a loss. So, Josh isn't Jewish on subscribe.
No, I was laughing at the one under that.
You guys support terror? No. Well, I didn't know.
What are we on at bingo night? They playing us at Shady Oaks Retirement Community?
Let me catch up on Super Chat. No, my assessment is that it has to go to nukes, or Donald Trump has to take the loss. I think that's the only option. And Donald Trump is not going to take the loss. Donald Trump is not going to de-escalate. And so the inevitability is we are going to get this. Here's the answer. I just figured it out. You ready?
Hit us.
It's this simple. Clip this. It's this simple. The 12-day war, when we bombed their uranium, that we obliterated apparently, didn't work. You know why it didn't work, Josh? Because we didn't use nukes to do it. So now the only way to get rid of Iran's nukes is to nuke their nukes. That is a win, and that is a justification for the nukes. We got to get the Strait under control first. But
okay,
whether we do that or not, I think we have to nuke their nukes. we have to justify the nuke by saying that they still have nukes, or that they have finished the building of their nukes, or that they have, they're 2 days away from building nukes or whatever. That is a justification for nuking their nukes. When
All
we
right, all right.
probably won't actually nuke their nukes, we just nuke them.
Put us both back on screen. So here's the thing about the nukes.
That's the answer.
No.
Yes.
The thing with the nukes is we talked about this when the war started. What's going to win? Global capitalism or world Jewry? You can't factor out global capitalism. It's the same reason Trump absolutely would totally bomb their bridges, their power plants. He would bomb everything. The problem is, the reason he doesn't is because they would retaliate by bombing all of our allies, the UAE, Israel, et cetera. So that's why they're not bombing their infrastructure, because of the retaliation. So my point is that
we are bombing their infrastructure.
But not that infrastructure.
Bridges?
The power plants. The fuel storage.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, just hear me out. The nukes are a weapon of last resort. Like that, like the effect of us using a nuke, we can't just escalate from let's use bombs and drones on them to let's use a nuke on them without it severely affecting the world economy and the perception of the United States. So my point is that, well, we didn't get their uranium, so we got to use a nuke to get it. You think they'll use a nuke on just a mountain? They're going to want to use a nuke on like
people.
Them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're all pedophiles, supposedly.
According to Andrew Wilson.
We got to bomb the schoolgirls because otherwise they would get raped.
If a nuke is used against Iran, that will be after a false flag terrorist attack. Or a real one, but false flag is more likely.
No, I think they're in a position where the only option for a psychological win is to nuke. The justification for the nuke is to say that they have nukes now, which they've been lying about whether they have nukes or they're almost at mid-nukes for 30 years.
I just don't see it.
I don't think you need a false flag.
That's how they got us into Iraq. They said they had nukes before 9/11.
How did we get into the 12-day war? They didn't have a false flag for the 12-day war. We didn't have a false flag for this one.
Yeah, but we didn't use a nuke.
We didn't use a nuke in Iraq either.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is in order to start a war, they needed a false flag. You're saying a false flag would be unnecessary.
John says that's not a psychological win, though. It would be from their perspective. We have a bigger stick. That is a psychological win.
Yeah. Like if we used a nuke on Iran and they don't have one, they would surrender. The point of using a nuke on Iran is to get them to surrender. What was that? Just psyop the nukes.
Real APAC for $0 super cat. It's a Jewish psyop that nukes are real, according to CIA handlers. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I'm not convinced that like nukes exist, but we have atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs and whatever else equivalent to nukes there are.
What?
It's the same. What?
So they do exist. It's a distinction without a difference.
Sure, it's a distinction without a difference. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. We have the level of bomb that would require justification for a nuke, or that would be equivalent to what is seen as a nuke. Anyway, that's a discussion that is not needed. Somebody said, I think the public would disagree. Maybe.
They have to put the nuke.
Is John finally on our side a little bit here? We're having an actual conversation. Nice. Welcome.
I don't
you lose your virginity to each other or to your sisters. Nice, David. Solid one.
Good.
Obviously, vertical chat is killing it right now, dude. But yeah, no, I mean, I think this war continues as it has been. They said it would be over by now. Now we're blockading the strait that the Iranians are blockading, saying that it's illegal for them to blockade the strait. It's like, what are we doing here? Because the admin cannot de-escalate. any de-escalation is seen as a loss.
Maybe if we sell nuking them to the American people as we're saving all the 9-year-old girls from being raped.
Then we can nuke the girls and the rest of Iran.
Yeah, they're getting killed along with the pedophiles, but at least they won't be raped. What are you, a selfish bastard?
Yeah, dude. Press the blue button. What are you doing? Press the blue button. Blue button, you nuke all the schoolgirls, but they don't get raped anymore. Red button, nothing happens. What do you press, Josh?
Red button, they might get raped.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, red button, they might get raped.
Or
blue button, they don't get raped, but you're the one that bombed them.
Consent. You don't know. Listen, if it were me at 9 years old and the Ayatollah, it's the Ayatollah. What are you gonna do? You don't want to be rude.
Yeah, Andrew Wilson, Maxon. Yeah, it's that's the question. Blue button, you bomb all these schoolgirls and schoolboys in Iran, but they never get raped again. Red button is you don't bomb them and they might get raped. What's the question? I mean, what's the answer, Josh?
That's why. What if the new Ayatollah was like, all right, we'll give up nuclear, we'll give up missiles, we'll give you everything you want. You just have to give us all your 9-year-olds.
Let me. I think I missed this.
Yeah,
Let's see. Little Zeb is getting frame mogged by Josh. Am I? I can't even see it.
I don't know why.
What? Oh no!
I can't imagine they're referring to you as a little guy unless you lean back in your chair.
Trump and BB push the red button every day.
Mitchell.
I don't know. I think BB pushes the blue button pretty regularly.
I don't think so. BB wants to live. Trump might pass away before 2028. Probably.
Yeah, Trump might pass away. Yeah, we got Donald Trump from 2028.
Actually, I undo that. I don't think JD Vance will be any better.
You
Wait a minute. If we get JD Vance in, he'll be just as bad. Then he won't run in 28.
And then he'll run in 28 and he'll lose.
And he'll lose.
Well, his Poland's not looking good anyway. I mean, this war is not helping JD Vance out at all.
No.
Does Rubio win?
If
Rubio, Erica Kirk ticket.
Rubio beats Vance, that's what I'll say.
Like Bednar's 2028.
See, this is the thing, is like speculating about the 2028 race. It's like speculating about the 2016 race 2 years prior. You know, who could have predicted Trump? Who knows what could happen? Maybe, does Hitler have any descendants? Is there a John Hitler walking
around?
Take
it for a second. I'll be right back.
Everything okay? Uh-oh. But you get what I like. Is Tim Stalin? Is he brewing out there somewhere? Who's gonna dethrone the GOP in 2028? Because I mean, like Doug Burgum, for example. Like who's Doug Burgum? He ran against in the Republican primary. You're gonna get people. Jared Kushner is not. Someone said Jared Kushner 28. Jason M. Schmidt. Jared Kushner 2028. He's too much of a ghoul, dude. He's and that's the thing about Jews is it takes a special kind of Jew to want to be in the public eye. So, like, for example, Mark Levin is a very narcissistic. I mean, all Jews are narcissistic, but he's a very obviously insecure man. Ben Shapiro, obviously insecure. It takes like a Bibi Netanyahu, for example, or a Jared Kushner. They are more than happy to run things from the shadows. And I get that Bibi isn't running it from the shadows, but he was. That's what he did for most of his life. Bibi Netanyahu is willing to take it on the chin from the Goyim to succeed. Mark Levin didn't like that. Rabbi Shmuley didn't like that. Rabbi Shmuley, they say the quiet part out loud because they're like, they're so ineffective. They just let their hatefulness rain out because either A, they're too stupid, or B, they're like, it just consumes them. You know what I mean? They're not winning. They're not winners. Bibi Netanyahu and Jared Kushner are winners, which is why they can kind of rein it in. God Eater says, do you agree with Ray Ping? I don't know who that is. Lord of the Ree says, in that case, get Vance in there right now. Okay, you might be a little behind, but yeah. Tix Bomber, Robot World, laugh. Shut up, bitch. I don't know what that means. I try the problem. Hello, dog. Oh, he was? Yeah. Your horse?
Yeah.
I read somewhere people think Massey will run as a GOP nominee. Hello, dog.
I think Bavino should run. Just to see what the numbers are like. Come here. Come say hey. Come here. Come here. Where you going? All right.
Who do you know who Real Apac's talking about?
What did he say?
His last comment.
Personally, I think Mike Hunt hung low. Have a chance in 2028.
I'm glad I read it in my head first.
Let me guess. The guy with the beard has a big dog. Yeah, the biggest one. What do you mean?
Said it after the fact.
That dog listens. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Listen, I trained him when he was little. Here's the problem. So I stopped working on it when he was small. He listened very, very well. And then he hit like 130, 35 pounds, and then he just stopped listening.
And then he got the right to vote.
Yeah, he was just too big. Like you can't. Like I put a shock collar on him. The only way he even moves if you turn it up to 100. So
dang,
he stays on a leash most of the time. I mean, we got plenty of land back there. He runs around and gets muddy, but lifted truck too. What do you John, is John retarded or is he just racist? Or is he just racist? Are we playing the game?
Now,
if we're going to do it, let's do it.
Now, don't let your cortisol
I don't have a
spike,
lifted truck.
But it is kind of funny. It's like
I don't have a lifted truck. I mean,
you don't.
It's 3-inch.
But it's
lift kit. But
it's one of those things where it's like, is that an insult? Well, you have a big.
Would it be stereotypical? Oh, to have a big truck?
Well, like think about what he's saying.
If it's if you have a truck, obscenely large. Yeah.
If you have a truck and a big dog. So what's the alternative? You have a little dog. You have one of these.
Yeah, what's the alternative?
One of these homo yip yip dogs.
Do I need a little Shih Tzu? I need a little Shih Tzu running around so I can tote him.
The southern guy has obviously southern characteristics. So he does things southern.
It's not lifted. No, it's not stock, but it might as well be. It's a work truck. It's not a lifted truck. There's a difference.
Oh, what do you do for work?
Well,
get out, I'm in an app.
We're not going to talk about that right now.
Smelly balls, you back? Where'd you go, Smelly balls?
I'm glad chat's engaging us. That's good today. The vertical streams, you never know. You're like, I like a box of chocolates, dude.
He has the biggest.
I'm trying to give John something to play with here.
You have the biggest dog I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's big. He's huge. John shouldn't judge an individual based on group traits. So true, Chad. So true. So true. Oh man. What else do we need to cover? Let me refresh my Twitter and see what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on? Oh, do you wanna do the thing I pulled up?
Sure. Where is it? Boom bang.
Go to that.
This one or the other one?
Okay, so the first one is just no, sorry, not that one. No, I meant like the first from bottom.
All right, I'll say it.
The other first.
Ghostbed.com/Norton. Okay. Promo code Norton.
But my feeling is they should open the border, and just let them pour it. Let everybody pour
Pause.
So we went over this clip. Yeah, it's a super old clip, but I remember we went over this a few months ago. It was kind of making the rounds. This is Louis C.K. Also Jewish. So Louis C.K., get this. You may not have known this, but he is Mexican and Jewish. So his grandfather was a Hungarian Jew.
So he's like Fuentes?
Yeah. His grandfather was a Hungarian Jew that fled the Nazi, or his father was, I don't remember. I think it was his father actually was a Hungarian Jew who fled the Nazis, and his mother was Mexican. So he's not even like a proper white person. He's like total.
He's not even close.
Yeah. Everything white about him is Jewish or Hungarian. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's just an aside. This is an old clip, but
we're
go
gonna
ahead.
cover this. Somebody mentioned something. Let me grab this real quick. Nick's still not supporting case for governor. Thoughts, Zeb? Yeah, I mean, it's a major issue. We touched on it real quick. Vivek's not going to beat Amy Acton, and even if he does beat Amy in a general election, it doesn't matter. Virtually the same policies are going to be instituted to an extent, or at least the ones that matter. Kind of beside the point. As I was on the front edge of the leading edge of saying that Virginia's cooked. So true. Still completely vindicated on Virginia. All right. Louis C.K. And then have you seen the recent short video that Casey put up, dude?
Is it the one you sent me?
Cowboys
and Indians? Yeah.
That thing was hilarious. We'll cover that in a second.
But my feeling is they should open the border. And just let them pour in, let everybody pour in, and then the answer, which is, well, then there'll be all these problems. Yes, there should be. It shouldn't be so great here, is what I'm saying, in America. It shouldn't be. It's a weird thing to sequester a certain group of people and try to keep upping their lifespan and their lifestyle, and just keep trying to increase that for this group of people, and then this pressure of people trying to come in so they can enjoy it, and then it gets worse and worse down here. That's not a system that's working. And it forces people to do cruel things to other people. There's a lot of people that die so Americans can be safe, just so we can breathe a little easier. Folks die, and folks do labor in unsafe places so that we can keep the prices where we like them. There's so much about American life that other people pay for. That's part of it. But also, it's not good for us either. It's not a good way to live in a gated community.
All right.
But you want to break it down a little piece at a time?
So, Jew,
obviously,
wants to destroy America, essentially. So there's two sides of the Jews. There's the Bibi Netanyahus. There's the
Does Louis C.K. live in a gated community?
So it's kind of funny. What's
the odds on that?
Yes, he does. Essentially, because here's the thing. So the video this is an old video, but I was listening to a podcast he did with another comedian named Jim Norton, who he's a very funny guy, even though he's a homosexual. Are we about to get bombed?
There's an airplane flying over really, really low.
Maybe and a helicopter. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So Louis C.K. says we should let the Mexicans in because it shouldn't be so great here. It shouldn't be so good. The video that I'll let you kind of take it because I've got a little bit more to say about the following clip I'm going to show. So like, what's your takeaway from this?
Yeah, I mean, I could knock it down like one at a time, but basically he's arguing for open borders.
Let everybody pour so they can enjoy it.
Let's see.
And then it gets worse and worse down here. That's not a system that's working. And it forces people to do cruel things to other people. There's a lot of people that die so Americans can be safe, just so we can breathe a little easier. Folks die, and folks do labor in unsafe places so that we can keep the prices where we like them. There's so much about American life that other people pay for. That's part of it.
I'm surprised that he's arguing this position and then arguing for open borders at the same time to an extent, right? So if he's arguing for he's arguing for better wages and then arguing to open the borders so that we can flood the labor market, which prices will decrease because we have a complete slave wage, slave labor, which is essentially the capitalistic system at its end point, which we're almost there. We're almost there. We can get there with late stage capitalism. We're almost there, boys. Is fundamentally a slave-like society.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and essentially, Louis C.K. has like that Mother Goose liberal sense where it's like, why can't we all just get along? So obviously, he's operating from the assumption that like all people are interchangeable cogs. You know, like there's no such thing as human biodiversity, all that stuff. I do think Louis C.K. is one of the, you know, like liberalism was pushed forward by Jewish people trying to enrich themselves, essentially, to make America more comfortable for them. Now, I do think Louis C.K., I don't think he's like a secret Jew. I think he bought the goop. You know what I mean? I think he genuinely feels this way about things. But the point is he has that Jewish anti-American sensibility, anti-West sensibility. And this podcast is him and this comedian, Jim Norton. And I like this. I don't know do you know who Jim Norton is?
No.
He's kind of fun. He's not conservative, but he's like a more moderate-minded person. He's not as liberal as Louis C.K., even though he's really gay. But Louis C.K. and him in this podcast are recounting their adventures because they recently went on tour to like India. You know, they went like to Pakistan. They went to, you know, Asia and everything. They did a tour out in that part of the world. So they're recounting their adventures and their stories and whatnot. 5850. So I'll just start with this before we actually play the clip. You said, I bet Louis C.K. lives in a gated community. I listened to the whole thing up to this point I'm about to show you, and he talks about how he like used to live in New York City, but he has a house that is upstate, and he lives out in the woods. So he has white flight. He has run away from the problems of the city. And also, he gets in this thing, he gets on this podcast, and he's talking, because I don't have this clip isolated, so I'll just explain it because he takes way too long to say it. But he's talking about how he's admiring India, how he went to Mumbai and New Delhi or Delhi, whatever it is. He went there and he's sorry?
New Delhi.
New Delhi, yeah. And he's admiring this third world shithole because of how unique it is. And he's talking about how he even brings up about how people are poor there. He goes, people are poor in New Delhi and in India, but it's not like American poor. There's like still some nobility, you know, people just kind of move around each other. Where in America, people are shooting up in the street and it's just like hellish. So he's talking about how New York City has become a hellhole that in his mind is worse than New Delhi. So with that in mind, roll it.
Does he not know about the Indian caste system for like the last
probably not
1,000 years?
Probably not.
Minus 50.
Countries take a look at it, enjoy
take
it.
a look, buy my beads, and leave us alone.
But
you know?
in Istanbul too, that was because you're right. I think it's like Asia and Europe. It kind of splits, right?
Yeah, there's half of the
Constantinople.
city is in Asia and half is in Europe.
And our show, I think, was on the. I
think it was in Asia.
Because I did a solo night there. They booked me for a Monday night.
That was.
Does he blink like that for the entire 2 hours?
He's like Jim Norton. Yeah, he's got that. Have you ever met someone with that tick?
That's like forceful blinking. Like I get some blinking, but
he's I knew a guy
that's
that was
crazy.
like that. It's very.
That seems exhausting. What that seems. All right, sorry, rewind. I'll listen.
In Istanbul too, that was because you're right. I think it's like Asia and Europe. It kind of splits, right?
Yeah, there's half of the city is in Asia and half is in Europe.
And our show, I think, was on the. I
think it was in Asia.
Because I did a solo night there. They booked me for a Monday night.
And that was in Europe.
No, that was in the
that
Asian
was in
side.
Asia. Okay.
And you have to cross over the bridge. And we walked for a couple of hours that day.
Yeah.
All through Istanbul, and we went to the
Blue Mosque.
No,
the Blue Mosque.
No, you're at a minute mark. You
It
go
was
to
5850. Wasn't it?
Of you. India's a country like you when you travel to places like Greece. I find this really interesting, and it gives me hope for our future. When you go to like Rome, Istanbul, and even Athens, these are places that were the top of.
Go.
So he kind of took away, but like, think about what he said. He said, and he's talking about America here, visiting Rome, Greece, and Istanbul. It's something that gives him hope for America's future. It's something that gives him hope for the future of America. Roll it.
Let me rewind it for a couple seconds.
Okay.
The world.
Yeah.
They were our future. When you go to like Rome, Istanbul, and even Athens, these are places that were the top of the world.
Yeah.
They were places that were like the place, and
All white.
they lost
Minus Istanbul, but he's talking about Constantinople.
big.
Yeah, they
and
did.
now they're like, we don't need any of that shit. And when the war is going on, Turkey's situated to be like it is the most strategic. It's the joint of East and West, and they're like, leave us the fuck out of it. And like they're like a dingy society with kind of crumbling relics of a great day, and they're like, yeah, we don't do that shit anymore. I kind of like the idea that America could be like that someday, that you go to Washington and you're like, that's half the monument, and we just leave it like that.
Yeah,
and,
come look at, fly in from other countries, take a look at it, enjoy
take
it.
a look, buy my beads, and leave us alone.
But in Istanbul too, that was because
I mean, wishing for the death of the country that you live in is crazy. Now, I've called for destroying all of the things, meaning the system.
He hopes that America becomes destitute and loses its place in the world.
Its identity.
Yes. That Constantinople becomes Istanbul. That's what Louis C.K. wants for the United States of America. That is his snarky, faggot-ass liberal take on,
Tim Baby Mama says, what an idiot. He's Jewish. There's your answer. They're comedians, bro. They're making a joke. Yeah,
but he's not though.
Joke.
He isn't.
Yeah, but that's not a joke.
Just kidding. I want America to be the most prosperous nation. Not what he said.
Not a joke. Not a joke, dude. Obviously not a joke.
But yeah, I just thought that was I don't know, just like, I was like, let's check in on what Louis C.K. is doing, and he's just like a complete dumbass. Like Louis, and that's the thing, is I do think that Louis C.K. is genuinely liberal. He's not like secret liberal who is just a Jew who hates white people and wants the downfall of America. That just bled through into his identity because he grew up in the 60s. He's just some idiot. And but to him, it's like, oh, he's talking about modern day Istanbul and Athens and Rome. Like, what they are today is better than what they were because they're more chill now. Oh, we don't want to get involved in the war because it's not our problem, man. Like, there's always going to be a center of power. This liberal, this like just chill out, man, utopia, it doesn't exist. So anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, it only exists in the minds of the people that are willing to chill out, but that's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist like that. The world isn't a vacuum. You have to live among people that are willing to press the red button. And so, by extension, if you don't press the red button, then
it's like
get blue buttoned.
They literally think it's like, oh, Hitler had a micro penis and that's why he took over the world, because
is that what they say? Never heard that.
You've never heard that?
No.
That's all I hear.
Never heard that one.
Hitler had one ball, a micro penis, and a scat fetish. What am I missing? And that's why he took over the world, because he's insecure. I love how the liberal diagnosis for like all world dictators is that they're insecure men. and they don't make any effort to like turn that around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if insecure white men were the problem, wouldn't you want them to feel accepted? Yet you're ostracizing them more.
What are we talking about?
Am I interrupting you?
Yeah, I'm reading chat. Sorry. You were saying you were talking about Mustache Man. Is that what you were talking about? And the ostracization of white people. I missed it. I'm sorry. I was trying to find that Casey clip where you were going off. Anyway, this is the Casey clip. Sorry, Josh. I do that to him. Sometimes he gets mad at it.
Sometimes,
all the time. Let me make it bigger for vertical people, so John can get mad. This is hilarious. Objectively hilarious video here. This is Casey Putsch. He's running for Ohio, governor of Ohio against Vivek. I think that vote is next week. Next week and a half or so.
Go vote.
Casey put out a video not too long ago where he was where he came out of a barn with a rifle, and he said he was talking about let's play cowboys and Indians with Vivek, and then he said, "Don't worry, it's feather, not dot," and people got mad about that. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah,
but this is the follow up to that because it made news obviously, and some of the news stations picked it up. And this is the follow up. This is hilarious. I died the first time I saw this.
Recently, I was featured on the news because I made a joke that was considered very hateful. And I want to apologize because my intentions with it didn't show through. I had popped out of a barn with a lever action rifle and said, "Hey Vivek, you want to play cowboy versus Indians? Don't worry, it's feather, not dot." And people found this very offensive.
100% it's a threat.
So I want to apologize because the truth of the matter is we all know Vivek loves to play cowboy. And I know he can't shoot because I want to be the Indian. Recently, I
was watching this thing, right? And I knew something was coming. I knew like some kind of Conor McGregor line was coming. I want to apologize. Absolutely fucking nobody. The double champ does what he wants. Now I knew there was something coming, Josh, but I was not ready. I was not ready for the bow and arrow to come out, man.
That was good.
Featured on the news because I made a joke that was considered very hateful. And I want to apologize because my intentions with it didn't show through. I had popped out of a barn with a lever action rifle and said, "Hey Vivek, you want to play cowboy versus Indians? Don't worry, it's feather, not dot." And people found this very offensive.
100% it's a threat.
So I want to apologize because the truth of the matter is we all know Vivek loves to play cowboy. And I know he can't shoot because I want to be the Indian.
I mean, the Vivek in the Texas cowboy outfit is pretty hilarious too. That's always not going to be funny. That's always going to be. That's never not going to be funny. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Josh, John's trying to clown on you, dude. He's trying.
Joshy built like a bag of
Josh
milk.
built like a bag of milk.
Can you buy milk in bags?
That's a Canadian thing. I think they do it in the UK too.
So an Indian thing?
Yeah. Yeah. No, Casey smiles before he throws the arrow, which is hilarious too. What else do we want to cover? We've been going, what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, this is a full Overton show, baby. What else is
Let me
there?
hit the refresh. See what comes up.
There's Nick's push video.
Somebody asked about it. I can cover it real quick. Nick on Casey Push.
I meant like where he pushes the lady.
Oh. We can cover both of them, actually. Let's do that.
Sure. That's not the one.
Is this the old one?
Yeah, that's old.
Oh, it's still relevant.
I just saw it. Why, dude? So
Twitter search is garbage.
I sent you the Louis C.K. clip on YouTube because I could not find it on Twitter. The old one.
Mm-hmm. Did I send you?
That was making the rounds. How could I not find it?
I didn't send you the Nick clip, did I?
Not in. No. We just talked about it.
Yeah, the memes coming out of this one's pretty good too. Nick finally made it back from Italy with Candace. Dude, I was telling Josh this before, like it got a bunch of traction. I was like, there's an odd amount of people in Italy right now that went unannounced. Like it wasn't just Nick and Candace and Keith Woods. It was like a couple of other people too. And I was like,
well, you said you told me Alex was there and he wasn't.
I don't know. It was like some odd amount of people. Maybe something's went on, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll know in like a week or two. Is this the video? Yes. There we go.
Can't hear it.
Vertical see it? This is how long ago was this? Like a year ago almost?
Dude, so I was surprised. This was 24.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. Doesn't seem that long ago.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing? Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Whoa.
Did you catch that? Did you catch that? I came on to the next party. It was a hard one.
I mean, what do these people, what did she expect? To say hey and shake his hand or something? Like, what was the point? I'm glad he didn't get charged.
Truth be told, I think she was caught off guard by him coming to the door because she had a very woman like, oh, hi. Like, you know, like you know how
like she doesn't have an internal monologue and she didn't think through if I knock on the door, somebody comes to it.
Well, because like as you recall, this was going on.
No consequences. No, very, very poor. What's it? A risk assessment.
Well, yeah. I mean, literally, play it real quick. Look how she reacts.
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing?
She was startled.
Yeah, she was startled when the door opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my take on this is one, he shouldn't have been charged.
Of course.
But two, why wasn't he charged?
Okay.
The Cook County judge is extremely liberal, and Nick getting off is suspicious. And I hold the position that Nick is, at a minimum, compromised, most likely a Fed. So,
we've
hashed this out before.
Do you care enough to look into the case?
Sure, I do. Yeah, I'll look into it.
All right.
I mean, I haven't had a chance, but
yeah,
I'll look into it. Do you know what it was dismissed on? It's not that he was found guilty. The case was dismissed.
I honestly don't.
Okay, I'm fine with looking into it. I know when the case was initially pushed, there was this big massive uproar that it was under the Cook County judge being an extreme liberal. So it's really it's really odd that it got dismissed.
Well,
but I'm perfectly fine looking into the case.
Did you hear
charges got dismissed? Well, I'll have to look into it.
Nick talked about how something that Tucker Carlson said to him when they met was that Bibi Netanyahu loves him.
Loves
Nick.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Trump was dude. Nick was talking about on his show regarding the SPLC, conspiracy that he was paid by the SPLC. He was he was defending himself, and he talked about how like Tucker said to him that Bibi Netanyahu likes you, and he brought it up. He was like, "How do you know?" Like weird. How do you
that
know
was going to be my question. How does
Tucker know that? But he says that's what Tucker said. And excuse me.
When was that relayed? Recently?
Yeah. Because he was responding to the SPLC thing, which I'm curious.
Yeah, but how did Tucker reach out to Nick? Are they like this?
When they were, Tucker told him that when they met for the podcast months ago.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah. And that the reason is because Nick fans the flames of anti-Semitism. As in, like, he gives them like he is ammunition to fire. He is a target for Mark Levin to fire at. Yeah,
especially after the Clubhouse. I made the point that is the intention, is to increase anti-Semitism. Kevin says Nick saying he is Mexican when the police came to talk to him. You know how judges give lesser punishment for minorities. Yeah, he could have played the minority card for sure. For sure. Yeah.
So. What was he charged with? Assault?
Probably battery, yeah.
Or you're right, it was battery. What's the legal definition of battery? What's the difference between that and assault?
I couldn't tell you. Let's find out real quick.
I mean, that's a good point, because before I moved here, I got hit head on by a drunk driver when I was parked. Like, it was a parking lot thing. It wasn't a big deal. Yeah. And the guy was so plastered drunk. Like, I got out of my car and went to his door, and he had like stammered out of the car, and he was trying to get back in the car. He was trying to get back in his van, and I just like grabbed his shoulder. I was like, dude, don't get back in the van. And I told the cop that, and the cop was like, listen, I'm not going to include that in your statement because he could charge you with battery. So, and I was like, what?
Wait, what'd you do?
I got hit by a drunk driver in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Got out, went to, he got out of his car at the same time. I walked around the back of his car to the front.
Yeah.
He was trying to get back in his car at that time. And he, like, you know, had hands on the door, 1 foot in. It was a van. It was like a work van. So he was like, ugh. And I just like grabbed his shoulder and just kind of like, yeah, I did not aggressively. I just kept him from getting in the car because he was obviously, and I was like, dude, don't get in the car. Just wait. I've already called the cops. And he was like, ugh. Like, he was gone, dude. And I told the cop that when he was taking my statement, and the cop was like, my cam's not on. I'm not going to include that because he could charge you with battery. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. And so that's why I'm like, what is the definition of battery?
Assault is a threat or attempt of violence that causes fear or imminent harm, while battery is the actual, intentional, and unlawful physical contact or harmful touching of another person. Assault requires no physical contact, whereas battery does not require serious injury, only offensive contact.
So battery is worse? I did not.
I think battery is more narrow in its definition of contact, whereas assault is more broad, where it can or cannot be contact, but also inherently causes
so kind of
fear.
Like how if you spit on somebody, that's assault.
Yes.
I got you. All right. But battery is
I like how you incriminated yourself this stream. That's good.
A statute of limitations. This is like 2022. I know the guy's name. If he says something, I can just go kill him.
Can you guys react to the edits of Nick shoving the ground? There's a Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
those are good.
We were talking about that before stream. Yeah, dude, the Scorpion
banger username.
The Scorpion one was good, dude. The Scorpion was a banger. Is this it? Are they on here? Where are some of the edits? Well, I can't see what y'all can see. There we go.
I haven't seen that one before, but playing
cartoon.
Yeah.
Where I need the Scorpion one.
I think it's this one.
It's a case of self-defense.
Oh, dang.
Oh, it is this one, but this one gets cut short.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does the roundhouse kick.
Of it. Where's Pape? No, dude, where's the good one?
Do Nick Fuentes get over here? That might help. At least I hope. Things suck so bad.
That's the
Go is now finally over, stemming from my 2024 Twitter post. I said, your body, my choice. Everybody lost their minds.
That is what it
People
came
started
from. wasn't
coming
it?
to
Your
my
body, my
house,
choice.
trying to kill me, trying to beat me up, and other things. Some woman shows up to my house.
All right, we're not watching the rest of that. Where's let's see.
Twitter,
Let's just go Nick edits. That's probably not gonna pull up either.
No.
Nope. What if we typed in Scorpion?
Oh, that's
Mortal
the
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat with a K.
Is it? It is with a K in it.
Yeah.
I
I don't see.
what's going on. Mortal. Struggling over here. Nope. Twitter sucks, dude.
Dude, yeah.
Somebody send it to me. Tag me in it if y'all find it. Imagine you're stranded completely alone in a desert island in total isolation, with no one else affected. Can any of your actions still be considered moral or immoral?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Okay. 20% of people are retarded. Checks out. Is this it? Oh, there's
No,
one.
but that's a good one. Damn. You're you're mine now. Your body. That's good,
man,
dude.
I don't even have the audio on this thing.
That's good.
Did not see that coming either, dude.
Me neither.
6 million and one.
I like how he like sets it like he
Hi. Oh my God! What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!
We need the where's self-defense.
Drop the hammer. Over.
taste of your own medicine, doc.
This is it right here. Real leaked footage.
There you go. Oh, that's the guy that tried to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, so I posed a question of
My God.
Oh man. All right. Let's what's Mark
Cheers
Lynch talking
news
about?
because he's losing in the polls. When we launched the campaign in February of 2025, the first thing we added to the website was the About Mark
Got it,
section,
Kevin. Sorry.
where I talked about my struggles and my addiction and coming to the end of myself like a prodigal son.
Yeah, I mean, the only salvation for South Carolina is to vote Lynch. I mean, you got to get Lindsey out of there, dude. Got to. But Lindsey is digging a 42-year-old news because he can't defend his record. I've been open about my past from the very beginning. I don't even know what he's pushing, but dude,
I hadn't heard.
They're sending out pamphlets. The Graham campaign is sending out pamphlets saying that Mark Lynch is advocating for legalizing cocaine.
Yeah, we talked about that.
It's like, no, like is that really all you have to grab? Is Mark Lynch is advocating for legalizing cocaine? I mean, if that's it, if that's all you got, dude, go ahead and give up. Like, there's nothing there. Also, Lindsey Graham was coming out asking for funding because the Democrats are out funding them, and it's like, it's not the Democrats you need to be worried about, and you're posting this now before the primary, arguing about Democrats when Democrats aren't an issue for you at all. So obviously, you feel threatened to some extent. Does Lindsey Graham win South Carolina? I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. I think there's enough to overcome whatever shenanigans is going to happen for Mark Lynch against Mark Lynch for Lindsey Graham. We'll see, though. We'll see. what else are we talking about? I've been getting a lot of Confederate stuff in my feed, like more than usual. I don't know if it's my feed or just in general, but it's a lot of these like patriotic-esque accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is American Cultist. That's like a lot of it's very pro. See, like this one. I mean, it's accounts that haven't been typically pro or outright pro Confederate, but they're starting to get there. It's a loose argument over empire also built in within it. Like this one says, interest of tidbit of history is that the prominent leaders of the Confederacy, including Jefferson Davis, had dreams of tropical empire that spanned the Gulf of America and extended down into South America. How different would our world be if this had come to fruition?
That'd be awesome.
Well, it didn't. So, is what it is.
Never say never, Zeb.
The South will rise again.
It can be ours.
The South will rise again. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I like that. Forget about building the wall and deporting them to Mexico. To get back, we're pushing them into the Amazon. That's what we're doing. We're sending them all back. We're sending them all further back than they've ever been. I like it, dude.
Have you seen the Q posting from Trump recently? It's bad. Like bad.
No, I haven't.
Let me pull up Owens. I wonder who's going to pull up first. There it goes. Boom. That was quick. This is the Q posting from Donald Trump and his Truth Social. I mean, this is outright. I don't know if you know anything about Q, but like this is direct quote.
Yeah.
The storm is coming. Nothing can stop what is coming. Q post. It's like this is not subtle. Like some of the stuff in the past has been very subtle Q posting, but now it's like full force. Why? And then you got not op Q. I guess saying Q is not an op. Why are you posting Q proofs and Q slogans if you're a shill doomer that does not believe in Q? Why are we coming after Owen Schroyer is a question. The storm is already here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We will call it Operation Q Slop. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's a de-escalation effort, is what it is. Montana, Wyoming are the modern South. We're 95% white and lots of freedom.
Boomer radar is going off.
No, Montana and Wyoming are not the South. Not culturally either. Just because whites are there doesn't make it the South. Let's see. That's basically all I have for him today. Y'all want to keep going? Y'all want to chill out?
I gotta
Chat,
go.
You gotta go? Where you gotta go?
Dinner.
Nice. It is 4:30. All right,
Yeah.
I'll probably go get the kids. Chat. We're out of here.
Hey, Groiper report this Saturday. Circuit Friday.
I do need to do a circuit with Atlas. Let me get with him and we'll figure something out. Probably no member stream on my channel tonight. I might do it depending on I got a meeting this evening. If I can get that over with, then I will do it. If not, we'll have to push it. But and I want to cover the Bavino interview that died suddenly did. It was Lauren Witzke and died suddenly in that group over there. So apparently he was dropping some bombs. So we'll see.
Can you tease? Like what kind of bombs? Have you seen it?
Oh, dude, this one got a lot of traction. Let me go ahead and pull this up. He said shalom. It's got to be the first one that comes up. Yeah, it is. Oops, wrong button. Did you see Erica? Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. That's hilarious. I haven't seen that before.
Damn.
Okay, anyway, this is Greg Vivino dropped the other day. He said, "Shalom." This is in response to Gregory Bavino reportedly mocking U.S. Minnesota attorney's Jewish faith, and then he replies, "Shalom." That's boss. That's boss material right there. Let's run Bavino for president. Let's do it. Patriot. Yes, very much so. Yeah, I mean, I think he dives into some of the questions around his 100 million number, 100 million deportation, which is why he was pushing that. And then he talks about the Trump administration essentially abandoning that entirely. And then he dives into really, I guess, some of the history of, I guess, a little bit of the FBI, but in general, the broad moving the goalpost for you know who, which is why he's not there anymore, Josh.
There you go.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe member stream on mine tonight. We covered a lot of things. Conclusion of the show, obviously you press the red button. No brainer. No brainer here. Josh, final words.
Blue for life.
Vote blue no matter who else votes blue. Josh is a Democrat. Josh is a Groyper. There you go. Figured it out.
Kamala Harris, if you can hear me, please save us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for stopping by today. This is Nav. This is Outside the Overton. I am ZebBoykin.
I'm Josh Vandernoord.
And we will catch you whenever we feel like doing another episode.
These leaders are very sick.
Good evening, everyone. I'm This tragedy strikes the LAPD. The coronavirus has taken the life of an officer. He had been fighting for his life since May. He was live outside St. John's Hospital in Santa Monica, where the officer lost his life.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be America first. America first. And only America first.
And I say, really, you know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist.